Good morning, church.
Good morning.
I'm so happy to see all of you. We had fun at the ball game? All right. My granddaughter was in the soccer. Looked like she had fun. We worked on the church. Got a few things done. It was fun. The Lord helped us a lot because we thought we had a major problem and we were scared. We thought we were going to tear walls out, all sorts of things. Turns out we just needed more LP gas in the tank. Got it. God is good like that. Some of you know Martha had a scare Thursday. She went in for a cold to the doctor, and the doctor said, "You're going to die." He says, "Your heart's messed up. We're going to get you to the emergency room right away." She said, "Let me get a second opinion on that." So she went to her doctor, and her doctor says, "I've got the same image you had years ago. You're fine." Thank God. He takes these things that seem like emergencies and covers it. He said he would, and he did. I've been wanting to tell you about Paul and his thorn in the flesh. I'm going to give you the real short version today. Paul had a thorn in his flesh, and scholars have looked to try and figure out what it was because it's kind of in code. You get ideas about his pain and his infirmity and different things, but you don't. It's not right there in your face to tell you what it is. But I went back and I looked in the Bible where God warned people, the Israelites, about thorns and what you can do that will present a thorn in your flesh. It's all through there. So it may have something to do with what Paul was dealing with. I think it did. And it has to do with a struggle in your mind, in your spirit, your friends, relatives. Somebody saying this, you saying that, you're struggling. You've got a family reunion, there's always somebody there that's a little off. If you don't have one, it's probably you. But there's always a struggle. Paul asked God several times, "Remove this struggle from me." And God said, "No, my grace is sufficient for you." When you're going through a tough time, you say, "That's my God, he'll carry me." Colleen's going to read us a little summary of somebody else's thoughts on it.
Good morning, new Emmanuel. Good morning. All right, just to lighten the mood, how many people know that laughter is good to the soul? It's good for us all. Jesus even has a sense of humor at times. So I was, Britta's not here. She's not feeling well, and she only opens up. Joey did an excellent job. But I'm just going to kind of lighten the mood. What I have is funny. I'm going to read it to you. I don't think I read very well out loud, so you'll bear with me if I don't, but hopefully you get it. But this is Noah, if he had to build the ark in the 21st century. And we thought we had problems. Noah had lived in the United States. If Noah had lived in the United States in the last 10 years, the story may have gone something like this. And the Lord spoke to Noah and said, "In 1 year, I'm going to make it rain and cover the whole earth with water until all the flesh is destroyed. But I want you to save the righteous people and 2 of every kind of living thing on earth. Therefore, I am commanding you to build an ark." In fear and trembling, Noah took the plans and agreed to build the ark. "Remember," the Lord said, "you must complete the ark and bring forth everyone and everything aboard in 1 year." Exactly 1 year later, fierce storm clouds covered the earth and all the seas of the earth. The Lord saw that Noah was sitting in front of his yard weeping. "Noah," he shouted, "where's the ark?" "Lord," forgive me, cried Noah. I did my best, but there were big problems. First, I had to get a permit for the construction. And your plans did not meet the building codes. I had to hire an engineer firm and redraw the plans. Then I got into the fight with OSHA over whether or not the ark needed a sprinkler system and approved flotation devices. Then my neighbor objected, claiming I was violating zoning ordinances by building the ark in my front yard, and I had to get a variance from the city planning commission. Then I had a problem getting enough wood for the ark because there was a ban on cutting trees to protect the spotted owl. I had finally convinced the U.S. Forest Service that I really needed the wood to save those owls. However, the Fish and the Wildlife Service won't let me take 2 of the owls. The carpenter formed a union and went on strike. I had to negotiate a settlement with the National Labor Relations Board before anyone could pick up a saw or hammer. Now I have 16 carpenters on the ark, but still no owls. When I started rounding up the other animals, and the animals' rights group started to sue me, I objected to take only 2 of each kind aboard. The suit is pending. Meanwhile, the EPA notified me that I could not complete the ark without failing an environmental impact statement on the purpose sled. They didn't take that very kindly to the idea that they had no jurisdiction over the conduct of the creator of the universe. And the Army Corps of Engineers demanded a map of the proposed flood plans. I sent them a globe. Right now, I'm trying to resolve a complaint filed with the Equal Opportunity Employment Commissioner, and I am practicing discrimination by not taking atheists aboard. The IRS has seized my assets, claiming that I'm building an ark in preparation to flee the country to avoid paying taxes. I got a notice from the state that I owed them some kind of user tax and filed to register the ark as a recreational watercraft. And finally, the ACLU got the courts to issue an injunction against further construction of the ark, saying that since God is flooding the earth, it's a religious event and therefore unconstructional. I really don't think I finished the ark for another 5 or 6 years. Noah waited. The sky began to clear, the sun began to shine, and the seeds began to calm. The rainbow arched across the sky. Noah looked up, hopefully. You mean you're not going to destroy the earth, Lord? No, he said loudly. I don't have to. The government has already done that.